Okay guys, today is Unit 11, Day 5. So we're going to go over our measures of central tendency. If you guys don't remember what those are, that's our mean, median, and mode. So I've written out your definitions for you. So we're going to move pretty quickly through this video. So please stop and start as needed, because I think you guys are pretty familiar with how to do this. So I'm going to work quickly, and I want you guys to just work independently, stop the video, and then check your answers. So the mean is our average. So we are going to add up all of the numbers that we're given, and we're going to divide by those by the number of items that we have. We have our median. We're going to line up all of our numbers in order, smallest to largest, and then we're going to find the middle, or if there is not an exact middle, we're going to take an average of the two middle numbers. And last is mode. Mode is the number that appears the most often. So if there's more than one number that appears more than once, we're going to list all of them if they appear the same amount. So go ahead and copy those down, and let's just dive right in. So for our first problem, we're going to find the mean, median, and mode. So go ahead, pause the video, and write those in order from smallest to largest. Okay, so you guys should have your order just like mine here. So once you've done that, you're going to find your mean, median, and mode. So your mean, you're going to add them all up and divide by how many you have. So you should end up with 84, and you're going to divide that by 10 because that's how many numbers you have. So your average is going to be 8.4. So for our next one, we're going to do median. Same thing again. Remember the notes that you guys just took up top. You're going to line them up in order and find the middle, or the average of the middle. So you're going to count in together from the sides. And we have two numbers that are a middle, so we're going to add 9 plus 9 and divide by 2. So we'll end up with 18 divided by 2. So our median is 9. And last is mode. Mode is what appears most often. So if you look at our number order, we have 2 9s and 2 10s. So our mode would be both 9 and 10. So let's start with number 2 on the next page then also. It says 6 students in a 6th grade class were asked to measure the widths of their desk in centimeters. They recorded the following measures: 51, 52, 50, 53, 47, and 55. So again, we're looking for the mean, median, and mode here. So first things first, go ahead, pause the video, and write those in order from smallest to largest. Your order should match my order here. And the first thing we're going to start with is our mean. So our mean, we're going to add all of those up and divide by 6 because that's how many numbers we have there. And you guys should end up with 51.3. So you have 308 divided by 6. Next, we have our median. So our median, again, is when we line them all up in order, find the middle or the average of the middle. So we'll go in from the outside, and we don't have an exact median, so we're going to add those two together and divide by 2. So 51 plus 52 divided by 2 is going to give us 51.5. And last is mode. So mode is anytime we see a number more than once, so whatever we see most often. And in this case, we do not have a mode. There's no number that repeats more than once. So go ahead, pause the video, go back and check over those definitions if you have any questions. Feel free to work those problems out again. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a box and whisker plot for the data. So it's going to give you all of these points here. So we're going to talk through what we're going to start with. So the very first thing we're going to do is order the number smallest to largest. So we'll start with that. So go ahead and do that. I have it written in over here on the side here. We're going to use it a little bit larger underneath our instructions as well. So number 2 is we are going to identify these 5 points. So we have to identify our lowest number, our lower quartile, our median, our upper quartile, and our highest number. So like I said, I wrote out those numbers a little bit larger underneath these. So please pause the video, copy these notes down, and then when you're ready, start it up again so that you guys can follow along as we identify those 5 numbers. So here I have them all written out in order. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. So I listed right down there the 5 numbers that we're looking for. So we're looking for our lowest number, our lower quartile, our median, our upper quartile, and our highest. So let's start with what we know already. Our lowest number is 1. So we have that right here. We also have our highest number, which is all the way over here. That's our 8. And then let's find our median. So remember again from our definition, our median, we line them all up in order, and then we're going to find the middle or the average. So as we go in, we'll realize there's 2 numbers. So we're going to add those up and divide by 2 to get our median. So this blue line right here is going to represent our median. So 3 plus 4 divided by 2 is going to give us 3.5. So this line now creates our lower half and our upper half as well. So in order to get our lower quartile and our upper quartile, I have it in parentheses right underneath there. You're going to take the median of the lower half and the median of the upper half to get your lower and upper quartile. So let's look here. Here's our lower half here. So we're going to go in and we're going to look for our median here. So we don't have an exact median. So we're going to add 2 and 2 together and then divide by 2. So our lower quartile is 2. We're going to do the same thing for the top. We're going to look at our upper half. So we have 4 and 8 and 5 and 6. Again, we do not have a median. So we're going to add 5 and 6 together and divide by 2. So our upper quartile is 5.6. So we're going to start out with a number line. I'm going to plot all my points on here. So I'm going to label all of my points. And I'm just going to grab another color so you guys can see. So here's my number line. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot those 5 points. So my lowest is 1. My lower quartile is 2. My median is 3.5. My upper quartile, oh, I wrote 5.5. My goodness, 5.6, 5.5. So my upper quartile is 5.5, so I'm going to put my dot there. And then my last is my highest, which is 8. So here, we're going to find our median, which we have is 3.5. We're going to draw a line right through there, just like that. And we're going to make a box on our lower quartile and our upper quartile. So we're going to draw lines straight through here, just like this, and we're going to connect those into our little box here. And then the very last thing we're going to do is just shade between our lowest and our lower quartile and our upper quartile and our highest. And that is your box and whisker plot.